Hello everyone, it's Moonman coming to another fantastic video, and today what I wanted to talk about was the recent development with Sledgehammer Games on Twitter, because let's be honest, it just shows how incompetent they are. Like, it really just shows that they should just not make any more CODs. So, before I start on these tweets, because they're honestly hilarious, be sure to drop me a like and comment on what your favorite part of the video was. And if we could get this video to about 15 likes, that would really help out. Thank you for everybody who's been doing that. That really has helped me so much. So, out of the way, let's get this started. So, I might as well, like, kind of, like, get to the title of the video is that, like, Call of Duty devs are pretty much, like, out of date and they're pretty terrible at their jobs. The reason, like, I don't mean only Call of Duty devs, I really mean devs in general. I have seen on, like, pretty much devs nonstop on Twitter just not listening to fans and gaslighting them. I mean, a couple weeks ago, like, Battlefield devs were like people were asking for such simple things. Like, I remember they were saying, could we please have a scoreboard? Or better yet, could we please have, like, kill trackers? And they said, all right, we're going to add the legacy features that you want, that you requested. Like, oh my goodness. Like, why do you have to be so mean about it? Like, and that's how devs were behaving to fans. Like, it's just so funny to show how inept, like, devs are nowadays. Like, me, like, working at, like, a McDonald's, I understand the complexities of actually, you know, treating the customer right, because that's the #1 rule with business. You treat the customer right. You don't talk back. Even myself at, like, 17 knows this rule better than development teams at AAA studios. That is just appalling. So let's get into the tweets, because honestly, this is pretty much what you came here for. So, all right. One of them says, so pretty much how this tweet started was, like, one person basically said, can you fix your poo game? So this person, like, pretty much did, like, you know how, like, normal, like, people kind of go on Twitter, they just say, like, can you fix your game without, like, any, you know, like, critique or anything. And then the senior engineer, the senior software engineer, Darcy Sandwell, who's worked on both Cold War and Vanguard, basically says, sorry, I am apparently responsible for ruining Call of Duty. Senior software dev and literally behaving like a child. Okay. All right. That's not the worst part, though. That's not the worst part. She is taking blame for it, but she's not only the responsible one, but she's saying that she's taking all the blame, and then her colleagues come in, Ben Coleman and John Dunford, and say, you know, I worked on Vanguard too, so I ruined COD too. And then John said, I also helped in COD's ruination. Don't take all the credit. Okay, let's dissect these tweets. First of all, you do not behave that way as a Call of Duty dev team. That is just unacceptable. Now, I know that these guys are a new dev team, like most of them have been only working for like a year or two, but yeah, I'm gonna say this is not how you behave. You do not do that. Like, they are pretty much like, if you don't understand what they're doing, they're basically just saying like, oh, like, sorry that you hate our game that's actually good. You just may not like it because you just don't like that game. That's pretty much what they're doing. They're just pretty much gaslighting the customer, which is just something you never do. What I love about these tweets is just showing how inept Sledgehammer is at their job. Like you just, here's what you do. Here's what you do as a dev team. This is rule 1. You fix the game by, you know, having the feedback that your fans give you and, you know, go with that. Instead of just, you know, getting into arguments with, like, anime profile pictures on Twitter. You could be fixing the game and actually doing your jobs. Now, I know this video is going to come across mean and basically me just, you know, berating Call of Duty devs. And now, like, I get it. Like, I shouldn't be doing that. And, like, it's a little uncalled for. But, like, these guys have had so many opportunities to fix their game that they never will do it. Now, some people do go a bit too far and send death threats, which I honestly don't think is okay. It's kind of like the situation with, like, the Captain America show, like, when that was happening. It's just uncalled for. But, like, all people want in Call of Duty is just a good COD game. That's all we want at the end of the day. But sadly, Sledgehammer doesn't understand that rule. They don't. And I don't think they ever will. I mean, like, these devs just pretty much, like, encapsulate the fact that they have no clue what they're doing in the game. They have no clue. Like, pretty much Vanguard is the worst selling COD of all time. And just to kind of give you, like, a history of why they're the worst Call of Duty dev, here, I'll give you a history. So, Sledgehammer originally started back in 2011 because of the whole Infinity Ward situation that they, like, left because Activision was, like, you know, not being nice. So, they pretty much made Modern Warfare 3. I say they made it, but, like, essentially, they took, like, 85% of the build and just put some textures and did the campaign and said, yeah, we completed the game. Which, okay, no, they didn't make that game. Infinity Ward did, not you. So, I don't even count Sledgehammer making Modern Warfare 3. The only 3 games that they have made is Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty World War II, and Call of Duty World War II Vanguard. Yes, they just slapped Vanguard in front of COD World War II and called it a day. Good job, Sledgehammer. Good job. And I'm going to be honest, they're 1 for 3 in my books. Like, I still think those 3 are the worst selling CODs, and, like, I got statistics to back it up. Like, I'll actually read you the statistics. So, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, like, sold about 14 million copies. And Call of Duty World War II got about 17.5 million copies. And Vanguard, I don't know because they'll never release those numbers because they're scared. But just to give you kind of like a ballpark estimate, they say they're the worst selling COD numbers. And the worst selling COD was Call of Duty 3 with 4.9 million. So, yeah, you kind of just have to guess that one. And the reason why I think Sledgehammer is just the worst dev team is because you think that, like, they have not been listening. Like these tweets basically show that they're not listening. But the whole, like, there's a whole Twitter beef. I remember in 2017 of, oh my god, it's Birdman. Great YouTube channel. And basically Michael Condrey. And the whole, like, pretty much, you know, like, back and forth on Twitter was because Michael Condrey was trying to defend why in Domination, essentially eliminations were like 50 points instead of the usual 100. And he said, he pretty much was gaslighting him the whole time, even though that Birdman was literally just trying to, you know, be nice about it and just, like, you know, be like, hey, could you just, like, do this? And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not listening to you because blah, blah, blah. And he got fired because I remember he got fired and then Call of Duty World War II got overhauled. Now, many people like to say World War II is a good game now, but let's be honest, if pretty much the product, like the first like half of the game was terrible for 8 months, it's not a good game. No, I do not believe it is a good game and should not be ever praised. Like, they screwed up the first 7 months. Like, how do you do that? But it did get better, but I'm still not giving it a pass. It is still a terrible COD game. And this is also another reason why I hate Sledgehammer as, like, a development team, is because they literally just get into fights with everyone. They don't get into fights with just fans. They got into fights with Raven. That's why Treyarch had to essentially pick up the slack in literal Cold War, a game that they were supposed to make and that they had to get forced off of because literally Sledgehammer was fighting with Raven too much. They also would be fighting with, like, QA testers and everything. I just don't know why Sledgehammer just doesn't fire them, or better yet, just have what they do before. Just assist the head honchos, Infinity Ward and Treyarch, like they used to. Just do that. No one had a problem with that back then. We had good CODs back then. Like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2 and all that. Like, no one had a problem with them helping out in such a small way. Not being, like, the lead. But, you know, I digress. because, like, I guess I'm wrong, because there are some people who still think Sledgehammer is a good COD dev, but, you know. This is why I also have to ask them about Sledgehammer. This is why I have to also ask about Sledgehammer. Is that, like, so I want to ask the viewers this. Like, I want to ask you guys this. What map has Sledgehammer made that is iconic? Like, you know how, like, Call of Duty maps, like, are really iconic? Like, for example, Rust. Like, Rust from Modern Warfare 2, iconic. Nuketown from Call of Duty Black Ops 1, iconic. Could you list me a map that is iconic from Sledgehammer? No, go on. List me a map. I can only think of one, and it's like an 8 out of 10. It's not even, like, that good, but, like, it's still decent. I can only think of one, but if you honestly can think of a map that I just have never thought of that's good from Sledgehammer, please put it down in the chat, because I cannot think of one off the top of my head besides London Docks. That is the only map that was good. Here, I'll list you a couple maps that, like, Sledgehammer made, and I'll just let you let it speak for itself. USS Texas. USS Texas. Freaking Gustav Cannon. And good old, just Bannerfall updated. The spawns were so bad. Now, I know that's a World at War map, but they made it, and made it with new spawns. And they screwed up a remake map. How do you do that? It was a remake from World at War, and they still failed. Like, I literally can tell you this, like, I don't even play Vanguard, and pretty much I remember on Twitter there were people complaining about the updates. You want to know why? Because Sledgehammer was essentially saying, oh, we patched aim assist, but when the update went live, they didn't. They literally put stuff on the notes that they didn't even do. You know how, like, you pretty much, like, on your homework assignment, like, say the teacher says, did you do this? Like, show your work, and you didn't, but you said you did. That's literally what they did, but with COD. Just utterly pathetic. I just love the fact. But people will still say Sledgehammer's a good development team. They'll still say they're good. Even though that it took them... Here, I'll just read you a couple of my notes that my friend actually helped me make this. He plays Vanguard every day, so pretty much he's been helping me with this video. So pretty much what he told me is this. He told me it took 4 months to fix the counter UAV glitch with the V2 rockets. V2 rockets couldn't launch because of a counter UAV. The ray gun was added 5 months after launch in Vanguard Zombies. Man, remember when Zombies used to try? I remember, because you know why? I'm playing the last map they tried. If you wonder why I'm playing Gorod Krovi, it's for that exact reason. I wanted to show you what happened the last time they actually tried about zombies. This is the last map I have ever seen, like, Vanguard Zombies ever try, and pretty much Treyarch's try. So yeah, just wanted to show you just what a good map looks like when they try. And what's also kind of funny is that Sledgehammer, like, and I mean this, Sledgehammer literally has, okay, I'm not kidding you, Sledgehammer has a lot of people working on Call of Duties. If you look at older games, they had less than 100 people working on them. Modern Warfare 2, the GOAT game, Black Ops 2, another GOATed game, had less than 100 people working on it. Guess how many members are at Sledgehammer right now? I'll give you a hint. It's double of what was in Modern Warfare 2. And you're still telling me that they're a good dev team. They got almost double the population of old Infinity Ward, and they can't make a good game. My favorite memory was, it was in college, and I got World War II the first day it came out. Couldn't even log into the servers. Like, no, I'm not joking you. Couldn't even log in. They're like, oh, you paid for this game? Oh, well, yeah, you're not getting in now. Great. I just spent $60, and yeah, it's still great. Oh my goodness. And what I love is like Sledgehammer will defend that like Vanguard is worth $70 when Black Ops 3, the game I am playing, looks way better than it and it actually runs better. But, you know, people will always like say that like, you know, you should be nice to the Call of Duty dev team. But here's the thing. Why should we be nice when they literally never listen? Why? Because there's no point. Like, you can be nice all you want, but it's never gonna go anywhere with them because they keep gaslighting fans, and it's just ridiculous. But yeah, honestly, just to summarize it, Sledgehammer is just a terrible, like, COD dev, and they should just be ashamed by their actions. They really should just get off of Twitter and actually work on their game. Like, they're supposed to, but they never will. So, I know this video is really, like, you know, making fun of Sledgehammer a lot, but when you see the tweets, you'd honestly agree with me. And if you still like COD, that's great. Honestly, just my silly personal opinion at the end of the day. So, I'm going to end it here. Honestly, I had a lot of fun making this video. I went on to, like, a lot of sites to figure out the sales numbers. Sorry if they're not entirely accurate. Like, it's really, like, a lot of the sites kind of, you know, average out. So, I just pretty much, like, I took, like, 2 averages of, like, sites and kind of did it that way because they're kind of inconsistent. So, yeah, that's what I try to do. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to drop it a like. Also, in the descriptions, I'm putting my Twitter, Instagram, and Discord, so that way you can have more voting power on the YouTube and pretty much reach me on future video ideas that you would want me to do. But with that out of the way, I'm gonna get off, and honestly, I just hope that, like, Call of Duty actually gets saved and Sledgehammer just is finally taken off the roster and we just get the GOAT Treyarch and just Infinity Ward. But a man can dream. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.